Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. I want to be really honest. I feel like trash making music 24/7 for the past week and figuring out like a development of my sound, a change, going back to my roots, but like in new. I'm really like, I like the sound and I will pursue working on it. And a lot of you already commented on yesterday's video where I showcased that music and was asking if I should do it with another alias. Most people were like, just do it with Jon Sine, and I think I will probably go that route and just see what happens. But back to me feeling like trash. I didn't really sleep a lot, even way less than usually, because I spent so much more time making music, like almost double, which like it's fun and I forget about the time and I love it and I'm really addicted, but it's not good for me, my body, my brain. It's just not good, but I can't help myself. So today there will be no full vlog about me making music, about business stuff, about what I do. Today will be just a simple track submit edition, because I will just work a little, maybe 1 or 2 hours, really just 1 or 2 hours, head back home and just rest and sleep. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I got to a certain point and now it's time to give me a little break, think a little, and then tomorrow be back in the studio all fresh and feeling better, hopefully. Like sometimes you just have to hit the brake. Anyways, with that being said, let's fire up everything here in the studio and listen to some of your songs. Give you feedback. That's always fun. First up we got by, I think it's Dom Dubai, a song called Arabic Song. So I'm expecting some Arabic kind of vibes and melodies. Let's check it out. We got here a couple of issues. First of all, not a huge fan of the vocal, but the main problem is definitely the instrumental. Kick sample is the wrong one. The clap is way too quiet. The mixing overall isn't balanced. There is way too much around, like between 2 and 4K, and there's a huge gap around 100 Hertz. So I would like just take all of the faders of this project, pull them down again and start leveling it again, because like really there are some elements too loud, some too quiet, and a lot of elements aren't the right ones, aren't like nice samples. You really need to select more carefully to get a better sound. Stylistically, yeah, it goes into like Arabic kind of direction. Not a huge fan. I mean, it works if you do it like Major Lazer and like a modern way, but this, yeah, sounds a little all over the place stylistically. Next up by Greg Hunt, Whatever Happened. Not bad. Overall balance alright. Sound selection alright. Arrangement, I think the break needs to be a real break. There's still a kick in there and you can just see by the waveform that it's like one huge block. You need contrast in your song, so please try and redo the arrangement. Have in the middle somewhere a break where it drops down. You have like nice chords, or maybe just to chop vocals, or maybe just like a low bass and then like effects building and leading up to the drop again. That's like the most epic moment in electronic dance music. That's what everyone loves. You have to nail that. That's so important. Mixing wise, it's already a lot better than the previous song. The bass is in stereo, which isn't a real problem, but maybe a bit too loud. And the reverbs sound like a little wrong. Someone doesn't have a lot of experience setting them correct, like the time of the reverb, the size of the reverb, to glue everything together is super important. I would, for example, there are like chords in there played to the rhythm of the bass. I would maybe mute them and see if it helps the mix. They're not really needed. Maybe get rid of these chords, have more room for everything else. And if you still want to have something rhythmic in there to get like the speed, because the chords are like very fast, then maybe use a percussion or maybe a synthesizer that is just playing like one note instead of a chord, just to have the groove in there, like the, what was it, Camel Fat Cola song? Like this entire song just has this one groove that is like one synthesizer doing all of the work. This one right here is like, it sounds like a very, very early demo version. The melodies are there and I think they could actually work. I mean, they're not the greatest, but if you think like someone would take these melodies, the midis, and blow up the entire production, I think it could work. It's mostly about not having a real bass line in the song, and yeah, the kick sample isn't the strongest, and all of the melodic elements are a little too loud, so it needs some rebalancing, like the mid-frequency section a little down. This song does it right, like the frequency overall distribution, like it sounds very clubby. You have the low end a lot, and then like in the middle almost nothing, and then the top hi-hat kind of part is again in there. I'm not a big fan of the sound selection necessarily, the sound design. It's a little like too standard, too much just opening up a synthesizer and using any random kind of synthesizer sound without doing any processing. So delays, reverbs, distortion, like slight distortion, saturation, all of that is missing a little to make it fatter. Or this song could really work well actually with sampling something, because it has this old school deep house kind of vibe. And yeah, as a main element, maybe sample something. Wow. Okay, I'm not even going to share this one publicly, because here I have to be brutally honest. I'm trying always to be nice and take into consideration who made the song, because you have to fill out how long you're actually already a producer, and someone that just started a year ago, of course their music will sound like shit. So I'm trying to be constructive and just tell you what would be the next step for whoever is like seeing this, that they can improve upon what they already have, because that's the only thing that matters. Telling someone it's shit compared to like the top of the charts, yeah, that doesn't help anyone. The people know that themselves. But here, this person that sent me that song, I thought first there were like two songs playing at the same time. The melodies, the chords, everything just doesn't fit on a musical level, and that's like the basis of music production is music, and some people forget about it, because like from the production point of view, like frequency distribution, it's actually all right. So someone knows at least a little bit about engineering and mixing, but forgot the music entirely. And I don't know how someone is actually doing a cover artwork for this, a lyric video, uploading it to Spotify, maybe also all stores, and it's just wrong. The guys outside agree, it's just wrong. Like, it doesn't work. And sometimes you have to hear the truth that something is really shit to just go back, focus on it, and redo it and make it better. Someone actually did that to me a long time ago. And I really needed that, because I was making music at home with shitty speakers, no equipment. I made a remix or remake of a song. I stole vocals. I put everything together, arranged it, finished the entire song. It was my first one actually. And I thought it's the biggest hit on this planet. I reached out to friends of friends that were producers and already on like good labels and had chart entries, and I played them the song, and I was just waiting for them to tell me, wow, that's so good. I will release it. I will help you. I will make you big. But they told me, and they were brutally honest, they just told me it's pure shit. It's the worst they've ever heard. It's musically shit. It's production-wise shit. It doesn't sound good. All of the sound selection is bad. The frequency distribution, everything you could do wrong was wrong on that track, which is natural for your first song. But they then played me other songs on their system, and I had like an A and B comparison to these songs, and it just opened my eyes. I was like shocked. I was ashamed like that I even went there and played them that song. But I then didn't release any music for 2 years afterwards, until I got to a point where it was like, okay, that's good enough, high enough of a standard. Because nowadays a lot of people just make trash, release it, and hope for the best, instead of actually quality controlling their work, which is hard because it's your work. You usually love what you do, but don't be delusional and make something like this. Just don't. I hope this is addressing everyone, because to be honest, from all of the track submits I ever received and all of the demos I ever received, maybe 1% is good enough where I would say, yes, okay, put it out there, release it. But maybe sometimes on the other hand, you have to learn it the hard way, because I also already released music in the past that I'm not fully convinced of. Never doing that again. I just hate the feeling. But at the beginning, when you're hyped, you just do it and you learn a lot from it. You learn a lot. You learn how to promote and do all of this other stuff, but get at least to a point where it's musically correct and like anyone can enjoy listening to it. Because this one right here, it's just not a pleasure. No, so yeah. That's it. That's all I have to say. We'll see us tomorrow back again. I will now just work 1 hour, promise. I'll try, maybe. I don't know. We'll see us tomorrow again here in the studio for another episode. I'll save the day.